Okay, right. You are all welcome to this second. Let me see what is it. Okay, 1 second, please. Okay. Right. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is another beautiful day, and we are here again. First of all, I want to express my gratitude to all our great teachers yesterday, Professor TPS and Professor Vigil, and Professor Mario Lucerio. Thank you so much for enlightening us yesterday. And now we are here again with a great expectation, because we also have great teachers and mentors among us that are going to share with us today. And I believe we are all ready. So without wasting any much time, I would like to invite Professor Dr. Mario C. Lucerio, for our Yes You Can director from Philippines, to give us an opening speech.
Thank you so much, Professor Dr. Queen Elizabeth Lucas, okay, our global, of course, the founder and CEO of Yes You Can International. I'm very glad that again, okay, we are gathered this morning, afternoon, or evening for the second day of our Mindset of Transformation class, Masterclass. Okay, so yesterday it was really very meaningful and fruitful because we have learned a lot from the sharing of our resource speakers, our mentors. Today it will be again another day to celebrate, another day to learn new things and to gain wisdom from our resource speaker. In the Philippines, we have super typhoon right now, and hope you will pray for us that the typhoon will divert into a different place and it will not hit our country. This will be the strongest typhoon for this year. Okay, and the show must go on, and I would like to welcome each one again for this very meaningful intellectual exchange, as if we are a little baby, okay, who's thirsty, okay, for knowledge, okay, and that after learning a lot from great speakers, we are ready again to go back to our own organization, our schools, to share what we have learned. Every day unfolds new transformation and new beginning. And we believe in that today, okay, is a gift. It is a present because we have with us again great speakers who will be speaking on different topics that will benefit great leaders like us. So I welcome you all. Enjoy the rest of the discussion and hope that we will learn a lot from these great speakers. Thank you and a pleasant morning, afternoon, evening to each and every one.
Thank you so much, sir. And now we are moving on. Thank you so much for your great opening speech. We appreciate you once again. We do not take anything for granted on this platform. Everybody, they are all great and they have a great wisdom. And that is why we are together to learn, and we are all learning together. So thank you so much. Right. I just quickly need to share this as we go on.
Create a personal story that is unimaginable. Do you want to learn to restore and reconnect your relationships? Do you want to live the happiest life you could ever dream of? Do you want to create wealth? It all starts with the right mindset. Elizabeth Lucas of Olalu has a tremendous amount of wisdom to share to assist you in living your best life possible. She is an award-winning inspirational and transformational speaker, writer, coach, and entrepreneur extraordinaire who inspires people worldwide with her personal story. For many years, her passion has been inspiring and empowering and transforming relationships for her clients. Mindset is everything. Elizabeth believes everyone can become, achieve, be fulfilled, be successful, and be happy with the right positive mindset. Also, having the right attitude, resilient and willing to change, are important aspects of personal growth. Living life with determination, diligence, and having positive thinking and working hard can lead to a successful life you never dreamed of. She believes people can build deeper and healthy relationship with awareness of greater love, better understanding of ourselves and others, marriage and positioning. And it is possible to rebuild, reconnect broken trust and relationship, promoting and empowering relationship and family. In her businesses, she enjoys coaching, mentoring and supporting women, young married couples and young adults. She believes this can transpire in relationships, families, friendship, success and prayer. She also has a company in which she creates personal, intentional and inspirational customized gifts. She has created thousands of unique and unusual, memorable, creative, personalized, and inspirational gifts for all tastes and budgets. Elizabeth Creations has taken the idea of creative gifts to a whole new level, with the innovative concept of actually buying minutes of time from the past, present, or future. Elizabeth has a motivation and passion for business, which led her to obtain honors degree in business and management at University of Northampton, United Kingdom. Elizabeth has worked with several organizations in various fields, and she is actively involved with and supports several NGO/charity, and for all her contributions and involvement, she was awarded Inspiration and Relationship Award, Legend Award for Community and Humanity. Currently, she is the Managing Director of Elizabeth Creations Limited, Director of Tokens Limited, founder of Y.Y.C.I International. She is the UK Chief Bureau Editor of an American magazine, Oakens Group magazine, and an exceptional award-winning author of Yes, You Can. Featured in national press NBC, ABC and Fox News, other magazines including Business Magazine. She is also an acclaimed author who writes in her book how she has failed several times and bounced back, overcome all adversities, challenges, financially, physically, emotionally, abuses and trauma, and come up stronger. She has turned all her situations from impossible to possible and from negative to positive, and believes anyone can do too, and she is determined to help others as well. One of her missions is to support youths, women, families, individually, locally and internationally, offline and online through media and resources, gifts, products, workshops, seminars and speaking engagements to change their mindset, discover, develop, manifest their gift, build deeper relationship, and maintain, restore and reconnect relationship and families, manage their emotions and be free and be happy, learn to forgive themselves and others, learn to love themselves and love others, create roadmap for the youth for the future. Her latest book, Yes, You Can, is about her personal experiences and stories and how she used simple principles to become who she is today and what she has achieved so far. Also, how her personal life and her relationships have been transformed. She is a living testimony and permit her to share some of what people have testified about her in her book. In all her businesses and business ventures, Elizabeth puts forth her own inspirational personal touch. This makes her unique talents and products motivational tools that everyone can benefit from.
Okay, you are all welcome, and I really appreciate your time this morning. This afternoon, if you're in India, I think around evening in Philippines, you are all welcome, and I really appreciate your time. I do not take anything for granted because we know that we are learning every day, and we continue to learn together, grow together, and also make a change in this world. So without wasting any much time, let me quickly acknowledge all our patrons and matrons. Some of them might join us today or tomorrow, and some of them are behind the scene, supporting us, praying for us, and encouraging us. So from my own husband, His Excellency Ambassador Dr. King Femi Lucas Afolalu, the Global Mentor Leadership Advisor, award-winning author of Wisdom, international inspirational speaker, global director, and national patron of Y.Y.C.I International, UK. We also have our Honorable, His Excellency, His Royal Highness, Professor Dr. Engineer King Onyeche Promise Obina, Ezeke Ibikemba Agurise of Enche Kingdom of Rivers State, National President of Nitrogen, and is also our National Grand Patron of Y.Y.C.I International. And even as we are doing our own masterclass this morning, they are also celebrating great event of yearly Yam Festival right there in Rivers State of Nigeria. So that is why it might be excused not to be here today or tomorrow. We also have His Excellency, His Royal Highness, Oba Adeyinka Adeshina Akole Obawale Oluoje of Ojempetu, Arole of Yoruba community, descendants worldwide, custodians of Yoruba tradition and culture of Yoruba community, Gadumo Kingdom, Kogi State, National Grand Patron of Y.Y.C.I International. We also have our mothers among us. We also have our patrons, and we have Her Excellency, Our Royal Highness Ambassador Professor VGE, Queen Caroline, the National Matron of Y.Y.C.I International. We also have Her Excellency Ambassador Dr. Aika Mahaja, the founder and CEO of Chipako International. We also have Her Royal Highness Queen Nadia Ari Iri, international inspirational speaker, teacher, mother of nation, and mentor, founder and director of Success World One. She is also our national matron of Y.Y.C.I International. Because I believe that it is so important that we are. Can we mute ourselves, please? Okay, all right. We will just continue. I know they will mute themselves without wasting time. I'm just gonna put straight away our first speaker. Okay, allow me to do something quickly. Please, can you mute yourself? Okay, don't worry, I've done it. Okay, so we're just gonna go straight to introduce our first speaker. But firstly, may I know if Professor Dr. Moksuba, are you here with us? Can somebody check for me if he is with us? Professor Dr. Moksuba. I saw him earlier.
Hello.
Okay.
Am I audible?
Okay, so you are here. Okay, let me just quickly introduce you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, Professor Dr. Moksuba is an assistant professor of special education, learning disability in the Department of Teacher Training and Non-Formal Education, Faculty of Education, Jamila Miller Islamia, a Central University, New Delhi, India. He is a global keynote speaker, educationist, motivational speaker, a versatile, dedicated, and professionally competent special educator with a master's in special education, learning disability, and certified practitioner from Rehabilitation Council of India. He has vast experience in identification of students with special needs, assessment, and involving appropriate remedial measures. He is a professional who is flexible and accommodating in the design and implementation of inspiring and on lecture, exploring wide-ranging manipulative and IEPs to enhance student achievements. Is skilled in addressing student needs, ensuring children will strive and develop in an adaptable educational atmosphere. It uses firm behavioral management techniques, processing excellent interpersonal and communication skills to develop an excellent rapport with all members of the school community. His area of profit includes learning disability, multidisciplinary educational plan, technology integration, team teaching approach, curriculum development, individualized educational plans. Is having 8 years of experience in the field of education in different positions by serving various international conferences. He has published books and chapters in the field of education. He has been participated in more than 250 international conferences as a keynote speaker. Also attended more than 450 seminars, workshops, in-service training, and webinars during his job period in different organizations. He is a member of many international organizations and publications. He is an editor in many international journals. He has won many national and international prizes by different organizations. He also won many prizes in sports and co-curricular activity. He's very hard-working guy who is working for the rehabilitation of society, inclusive manners. Join me this morning to welcome our first speaker. I will be teaching us on roles of teachers in the education. Professor Dr. Maud Subat. You are welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Queen Elizabeth. First of all, I would like to thank Professor Queen Elizabeth for inviting me at this platform. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Assalamu alaikum, and namaste to everyone from India. And I am Mohammad Zubair, Assistant Professor of Special Education here in India. So, it's a good platform to learn from one another, and we are learning from one another in our lives. And teacher is the key. And who is a teacher? The topic is related to teacher. Who is a teacher? Teacher is the one who can mold their students according to their need, according to their severity, interest, aptitude, and skills. So today the topic is very relevant about the need of the hour. And the importance of teacher in the education system is most important nowadays, because teachers make desired goals and try to achieve those goals to enhance the skills of their children, of their kids, and they taught us life lessons. And the teacher is a dynamic force of the education system. Without teacher is just like a body without the soul, a skeleton without flesh and blood, a shadow without substance. Or the teacher is the yardstick that measures the achievements and aspirations of the nation. So the people of a country are the enlarged replica of their teachers. So we can say that our most influential and life-changing role models are teachers. So lots of it is very why teacher is a role model for the society. Their job is not only to educate our children in academic areas, but they observe in all other areas as well, but also to counsel them, to be their friend when they need one, to be a shoulder to cry on, to help them become valuable members of our society. And it's time for teachers to embrace their new role in the classroom as a mentor to children. So teachers can guide students by being a positive role model for them, by incorporating a teacher mentor mentality in the classroom. Teachers can coach students and encourage them to adapt learning methods that suit their own learning style. So thus challenging them and inspiring them to learn. So it's a very challenging profession as well, because as we all know, in our classroom there is a diversity is there, different kind of students are there. Some students are very high achievers, some students are medium, some students are low achievers. So we have to give them need-based education according to their abilities. So in it's interesting teaching students information in a way that they will remember and put to use in one of the greatest gifts anyone can give to another person. So teacher is the gift for the society. So uh, when we come to the teacher's role, let's go back to history. It's used to be simple. Before, a teacher was seen as a um, lecturer or someone who delivered knowledge and conducted tests. The only academic areas, they were focusing on the academic areas. But now the scenario has been changed after implication of education psychology, the pedagogies, or the the different strategies we are using as a teacher. So now we have to work on the overall development of our kids. So so teachers play a very important role in students life. As a teacher, one must bring out the best in students and inspire them to strive for greatness. Students are considered as the future of the nation, as we know, and humankind. And a teacher is believed to be a credible guide for their advancement. Not only do they guide students in academics or extra co-curricular activities, but teachers are also responsible for shaping a child's future, making him or her a better human being. A teacher imparts knowledge, good values, tradition, modern day challenges, and way to resolve them within students. So a good teacher is an asset for the society. So a teacher's presence in a student's life can boost their morale and guide them to be more valuable in life. So now, to perform this task perfectly, a teacher must possesses some qualities. Uh, for example, education has changed a lot in recent times. It is more interactive now. We are talking about the joyful learning. We are talking about the interactive learning. We have to increase the participation of our students in the classroom. So it is more interactive now with the intrusion of digital technology, the new age of technology like artificial intelligence, the augmented reality, the adaptations and the modifications, the accommodations we are using in the teaching learning process. So these reality are opening a new dimension in the education system. But there is a large role that the teacher has to play here in the education system. So there is a gap between the information and knowledge, real education. So teacher can gear up to help students to understand knowledge and concepts outside the textbook. Textbook knowledge is important, but also we have to learn from the experiences and training from the environment, in the real environment. So more the teachers interact with the students with the viable real life examples, incidents, etc. Students will have a better understanding and more awareness of the subject. With real life examples, they can apply their knowledge to many subjects. And the teacher has to be a consistent guide here to help the students in graduating from one lesson to another. So have you ever heard about the problem of plenty? The today's students face that while choosing a career. Career in the choosing of career, students face too much problems. So there are so many options available, and for an inexperienced student, that it becomes really difficult to steer their career in the right direction. Every individual is different. So some students have concrete intelligence, some students have social intelligence, some students have abstract intelligence. We have to assess them, we have to assess their abilities. So a teacher is the big help here. So they have undergone similar experiences, and they observe, and they certainly know what will work best and what not work best for the students. So students need to be guided to pick the best career that suits their talent and ability, because skill and give them the best platform to expose themselves without any inhibition. So due to the lack of career counseling, we are finding a lot of poor performances across the education sector. And it is not due to scarcity of skill or talent. The reason is deep rooted, and it goes straight to the lack of vision, lack of experience and smartness in choosing their right career. So the teacher can, certainly save them from making the wrong decision. So guiding across the career, for example, a teacher has to play the role even beyond that. you know Students across the world face multiple challenges while choosing a career for themselves. So a teacher has to stand by their students to help them overcome these challenges. You know, the primary job is to be apathetic with the students, show care and nurture students, make a good rapport with them, pay extra attention to them. So be their best pals, show confidence to build the best relationships and extract the best out of them. And be a leader to raise more leaders. Teacher must enhance civilizations, while giving people the right tools to make informed decisions. So they are here to bestow the power of problem solving skills, to the students. They are here to build up a bunch of creative, independent, informed and innovative individuals who can contribute to the society and build a better place for the next generation. So this is a huge responsibility, and a teacher has to guide the students and raise them as a leader. So leadership is the most important trait for modern day human beings. So leaders make connections and make everyone a part of their mission. So a virtue and a quality that demands a special appreciation. So leadership involves initiatives, and in the connected world, nothing happens till we step up and begin, until we start driving without a clear map. So there are, this confusion and chaos, and the leaders helps us to guide through them towards the goal. So teachers have to play this, a decisive role to leave a deep impact on the lives of students and to make them the next leader. So be the change now. Be the change now. If you are a teacher, hope you understand how your role has evolved, and there is a lot more to a teacher than just a human being standing in a classroom to lecture students on how to find a square root of a number or sharpen an x. you know what the world needs is someone to persuade the coming generation in a positive way, someone to push or encourage students, or create a space where they want to learn to better themselves. And that's the new role of a teacher. If all a teacher is going to do is read her pre-written notes from a PowerPoint slides to a lecture hall of 30 or 300, perhaps they should then stay at home. So time has come to understand what the new time is looking for. Time has come to be the right teacher for the right time and the right students. So time has come to adopt new technologies, innovations, and help students with all might and intention across their defining phases of life, according to the need of their students. you know so you know so why so education has changed a lot, and teachers can gear up to help students to understand knowledge and concepts outside the textbook. So so when we come to this point about the teachers, teacher is someone who works with children and youths who have a variety of abilities. And when we talk about the inclusive setup, children with special needs also are there, orphans are there in the class, and CWSN children are there in the class, women are there in the class, tribes are there. So children with different needs require unique instructions by specially trained professionals to help them achieve their highest potential and strive to progress beyond their limitations up to their maximum potential. So teachers, it is challenging to understand each individual need, selection of method and strategies, the tools and guidance needed to help them. So teachers work with students with severe cognitive, emotional, or physical, limitations for life skills and basic literacy. So they work according to the need of the children with mild, moderate, or severe, and modified curriculum, and choose different strategies and methods, and to meet the child's individual's needs and providing required instruction. So teacher is playing a playing a role as a manager. As a manager, teacher develops human resource, and that is students by creating interest for the academic, correlates the subject with other subjects, also as manager to develop skills of time management, classroom management, and material management. They manages human resources, that is students, as well as material resources, equipment, facilities. So teacher is a facilitator as well, a teacher who guide and assist students in learning for themselves, picking apart ideas, forming their own thoughts about them, and owing material through self exploration and dialogue, and keeps in mind the intellectual development of the students. They develop facilitator developing life skills like decision making or problem solving or the critical thinking in the teaching learning process. So he's also work as an evaluator in the teaching learning process. Teachers observe and assess their students quantitatively and qualitatively, and collect data of their performances. They assess their abilities and limitations, and they work on their cognitive, affective, and psychomotor areas. And evaluation is a systematic process of collecting and analyzing and interpreting information to determine the extent to which pupils are achievement instructional objectives. And the teacher is also as guider in the classroom in the education. Guidance is the process of a dynamic interpersonal relationship, and that is prepared to influence the person's attitude and follow up behavior. Teachers know all their students and able to know their ability, interest, capacity, that will help in the encounter of problems faced by students. And teacher as a resource provider in the education system. A teacher leader takes the initiative to provide the necessary resources for their students, like library access, skills to solve problems, methods to develop a thesis statement. They might also share such professional resources as articles, books, unit plans, and the lesson plans, assessment tools, like that. So teachers as an instructional specialist, teachers instruct students according to their desired goals which they have made for teaching learning process. So teacher make curriculum flexible for them, and teachers can choose his technique, method, or strategy according to the need of the student. So teachers use multidisciplinary approach, team teaching, peer tutoring, cooperative learning, role play, and different intervention methods, intervention plans, and different strategies in their teaching learning process. So as a teacher, we are working as a mentor. Mentoring is a way a teacher encourages students to strive to be the best they can, and this also includes encouraging students to enjoy learning. Part of mentoring consists of listening to students. So teachers impart to students a sense of ownership in the classroom. This helps build their confidence and self-esteem, and helps them want to be successful. And teachers as a leader as well. Teachers can foster critical and creative thinking, and give support to learners who want to exercise learning, and the leader shares the vision of the school and the education system, aligns his or her professional goals with those of the school and this school and the city, and shares responsibility for the success of the school as a whole. So a teacher is a leader if he is unafraid of new learning ventures and responds to to learners' needs and customizes it from time to time. So teacher is also a catalyst, like in the chemistry, in the chemical reaction, catalyst is working to initiate the chemical reaction. In the same manner, teacher is also a catalyst. Teacher functions as a kind of catalyst as he introduces small group discussion and group projects, and as a natural part of the the coursework. So teacher leaders can also be catalysts for the change, visionaries who are never content and with the status quo, but rather always looking for a better way. So teachers who take on the catalyst role feel secure in their own work and have a strong commitment to continual improvement. And teachers are learner, because learning is a lifelong process. We learn from birth to death, and we learn from exposure from the environment. So teacher is a learner each and every minute of their life. Listen and observe your students and learn. And teachers are the expert learners, and learning is lifelong process. And learners model continual improvement and demonstrate lifelong learning and use what they learn to help all students achieve. So teachers modified curriculum to provide a safe, loving and inclusive environment for our students. And teacher also incorporates independent functioning skills, social emotional skills and life skills across the school setting or the college setting. And teacher work in the planning and implementation, recognizing students needs, identifying and assessing students current level, applying teaching methods and strategies, and multisensory approach, repetition drills, a multidisciplinary approach, and and the use of ICT tools and adaptive technology, innovative aids, TLM support in the teaching learning process. So for many students, a teacher is the role model in their life. So every teacher needs to take this into account as they go about their duties as a classroom teacher, and treat your students with respect and dignity, with certainly, and help them to do the same thing with people in their lives. And as a teacher, we have to be sincere, honest, and goal oriented, because teacher exhibit leadership in multiple, sometimes overlapping ways. Some leadership roles are formal with designated responsibilities. So teachers can guide students by being a positive role model for them, particularly for students that don't have this positive influence at home. By incorporating a teacher's mentor mentality in the classroom, teachers can coach students and encourage them to adapt learning methods and suit their own learning style, thus challenging them uh, and inspiring them to learn. So teacher provides academic intervention and support for children with unique needs in setup. And the teacher works with classroom teachers, special education or the an inclusive setup, or in any general setup, teachers, counselors, special educators, and family members to achieve desired goals for those who are struggling academically, socially, or emotionally and personally. So teachers, truly are the backbone of the society. They are the role models to their children and offer guidance and education and give young people the power of education. Because of teachers, countries are able to further develop socially and economically. So next time you or your community achieve something great, take a moment to think of and be grateful for the teachers who made it possible. So assessment, instructional planning and teaching and primary duties of this position. So teachers can work with students who have behavioral issues, academic issues, emotional issues, to fill the gap, and yeah, and to increase the girls enrollment in the schools, increase on enrollment, student teacher ratio is the issue. Innovative aids we can use as a teacher. We have to aware the society, we have to accept each and every student in the class, and we have to make them independent in the class. So in our teaching, am I audible? Yes.
Yes, you are. And please
Okay.
round up if it's possible.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
So teacher has to recognize. So in when we summarize these points, we can say teacher has to recognize their learners in schools, in colleges. No more need teacher as a source of knowledge, but teacher as a, the teacher must develop an understanding of the nature and dynamic of action, comprising education. And it when you see the teacher, you know we observe that teacher as a curriculum specialist, teacher as an instructional specialist, teacher as a resource person, teacher as a classroom supporter, learning facilitator, mentor, school leader, data coach, catalyst, continuous learner. So lots of things are there. So the change that took place in the schools have changed the roles of teacher too in the recent past. And in the recent past, teachers used to be the major source of knowledge, not only knowledge but also for the, we are working on the holistic approach of teaching learning process, and the leader and the educator of their students school life. And teacher would organize their thoughts, and they have to work on their values, on the abilities and the talent. Everything is there for the teachers to work for them. So as far as teachers importance is concerned, it is very important to increase the awareness in the society, among the new youth, to select a career in the teaching profession, because we need good teachers in the society, not only for the school education, college education, for the country development, for the overall development of the society. So it's my these were my points about the importance of teachers. And thank you for listening me. I am Mohammad Zubair from India, assistant professor from Jamia Millia Islamia Central University in India. So thank you once again to Professor Elizabeth ma'am, respected Elizabeth ma'am, and for the organizers, and yes you can, and thanks for all the listeners who listen me. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your great teaching. I mean, you've really enlightened us this afternoon or this morning about how great and worthy our teachers are. And I really like the way you really broke it down. And it makes us to appreciate our teachers even more. And like you said, from the round, that teachers need to be recognized, acknowledged, and also be praised. Because without teachers, I know that our parents will start the job by teaching us moral values. But when you leave your home to go to the class or school, you are waiting, teachers are waiting to guide you, to mentor you. So they are also our role model. So I want to appreciate all our teachers. Let's use this time to just clap for them, really. All our teachers all over the world, because we appreciate them. Teachers can be mentors, they can be coach, they can be parents. So it's not limited to those that are in the class teaching. So we appreciate you and we appreciate your teaching today. Thank you so much, Dr. Zuba, and thank you for your presentation. Great.
It's my pleasure.
Now I want to hand over to Dr. Aika to introduce our next speaker.
Absolutely. So everyone, greetings of love, peace, happiness. It's good to see you all today, all ready, set, energetic, enthusiastic for the masterclass, truly transformational, truly mind-changing. It's because it's all about the mind, but let's wait for, dear screen, will you be sharing screen? Yeah. So yes, we have with us Dr. Ruben Garcia. He is a teacher of English with 32 years of experience in ESL and ELT. He holds a degree in education and Master of Applied Linguistics and TESOL by Macquarie University, NSW, Australia. He also works as a coach in leadership and personal development and professional growth. Outstanding Toastmaster of the Year 2012-2013 and past president and current member of the Lima Toastmasters Club 3098U, TKT CLIL, and teacher trainer accredited by Cambridge English Language Assessment, part of the University of Cambridge. He is also member of the board of directors at Peru, current member at Sherwood Town Criers Toastmasters Club, USA, current vice president of membership at Personal Growth Leaders Advanced Toastmasters Club 8783718, Ireland. He is also member of the board of directors at ALVARO, which is a non-profit association that provides voluntary assistance to people with emotional needs. Dr. Garcia is also director of the Language Center at Universidad Perusiana de las Americas. He is the CEO at Speak Up Assertive Leadership Company, Peru branch president at the International Chamber of Language Teachers, ICLT Peru, branch president at Organization International de Conferencistas. And also he is a master coach at Organization Mundial de Coaches, OMC, worldwide organization of coaches. I think in everything that he does, he is the leader over there. Now, isn't that remarkable? Truly it is. So we have with us now on this virtual platform, Dr. Garcia.
Yes,
Dr. Garcia?
we can.
Oh.
Yes, you can. And we all can. That's why we are all together here to look at what we can do for humankind. Thank you, Miss Queen, Dr. Queen Elizabeth. You are kind for the invitation. I am talking to you from Lima, Peru. It is almost 5 a.m. in the morning, but we are here because we are leaders, and leaders are here to communicate the good things we have to share. May I start sharing my screen? And okay, great. So let me share about assertive leadership. And the question is, what is assertive leadership? And if we continue, we can read here what we have for assertive leadership. So assertive leadership involves a high degree of awareness of multicultural differences and expressing this awareness of difference through behaviors that reflect values, attitudes, and beliefs that are honoring and respecting of difference. It is vital for senior people in organizations. This is very important, organizations, because we are part of a society. We always deal with people. And this is what we have all the time. So, why is assertive leadership important? Assertiveness can be a very effective approach to management because leaders earn the appreciation of others by supporting their teams. This is very important, supporting their teams. People who feel valued by their supervisors are more likely to respect their authority. Do you agree with this?
Yes, we agree.
So let me read what Folkman in 2013 said. Assertiveness in leadership is crucial. Leaders with good judgment, but who lack assertiveness are seen as ineffective. Be careful with that word, ineffective. Leaders who lack good judgment but are high in assertiveness are rated as better leaders. The best leaders are assertive and have good judgment. And if we understand what exactly assertiveness means, is to say what you mean and mean what you say. Remember that. Assertiveness describes how prepared you are to stand up for your opinions when someone else wants different outcomes. Ames, Lee, and Y.Y.C.I, 2017. Our challenge, Our challenge as leaders is to achieve a balance where we can make ourselves heard and achieve our aims even when they are not fully aligned with others. Let's take a look to the role of assertiveness in leadership. Gallo 2012 said, a degree of self-confidence and assertiveness is necessary to get ahead and become an influential leader. So this is the aim, to become an influential leader. Because a leader without influence lacks of lots of things. Finding that sweet spot can be a challenge. Too low, and you will never get your way. Too high, and you will have more enemies than is healthy. Then, if we talked about assertiveness in leadership is crucial, as Folkman said in 2013, we have to take a look to what leaders with good judgment but who lack assertiveness are seen as ineffective. Leaders who lack good judgment but are high in assertiveness are rated as better leaders. The best leaders are assertive and have good judgment. The most effective leaders are equipped with a range of skills. They balance out their assertiveness by forming positive connections with people at multiple levels across the organization and communicating clearly and personally. Again, Folkman in 2013. So we know that through the years, there are people, very important people, researchers, that have talked about assertiveness and have talked about the relationship of assertiveness to leadership. As a result, we see them as more honest, with a greater degree of integrity. Yet assertiveness requires understanding of context and the ability to assess your behavior and adjust it accordingly. This is very important. The ability to assess your behavior and adjust it accordingly. Accordingly of what? According to the situation. While they are confident in what they say, the assertive person is calm, but firm, and ultimately comfortable communicating. Crucially, they do not appear superior, and they talk openly without a hidden agenda. Banks 2020. How about the workplace? We know that according to the positions, the higher position as the general manager of a company, then you have managers. How important is to be a leader, an assertive leader in the workplace? If you can be assertive at work, you will feel confident knowing that you can handle any situation that presents itself to your throughout your work to you. So presents itself to you throughout your work day. Banks 2020. Then, yet speaking up can be challenging during conflict at work. Even overwhelming, especially when lacking in confidence. Molinsky, 2017. If it is not natural for you, perhaps you are more used to indirect approaches. It can appear strained or aggressive. So, let me see. Okay. What impedes? What impedes being assertive? This is very interesting to know because there are things that are not good that we need to fight them back. And here are some of the typical obstacles faced by people trying to communicate assertively at work. These, what you will see, are modified from Banks 2020. When they don't know what they want, they aren't sure of their emotions and assume everything is danger. They feel like their needs don't matter. They want to be liked at all costs. You see? So people who want to be liked at all costs, they are always thinking about how good they might be for others. And they want everyone to like them. They become flustered and cannot communicate effectively. Effective communication is vital, it's crucial for a leader. Other obstacles that they are uncertain and insecure about their abilities, skills, and talents. They have experienced excessive criticism in the past. They are scared of saying the wrong thing. They are really scared, even they make faces like this. They are worried about hurting or offending others. They are afraid they will be found out. Think and search for imposter syndrome. This is very interesting. I really recommend you to explore more about imposter syndrome. They are afraid of being challenged. They fear retaliation. They are afraid of what people will think. Now, assertiveness also, especially in challenging environments, has many benefits. Let's take a look to some of the benefits we have. Increases self-confidence and self-love and self-respect. Now we are talking about the benefits. Increases the effectiveness of communication during conflict or confrontation. Earns respect from peers. Enables you to get what you need without trampling on others. Improves decision-making that comes from increased confidence. Helps you become a better negotiator. Helps you become a better leader. Improves positive relationships with your colleagues. Being assertive enables you to communicate skillfully and challenging situations with difficult people. This is very important. Skillfully in challenging situations with difficult people. This is particularly important when you find saying no impossible. The yes syndrome can be damaging for you and your colleagues. Making the most of assertiveness. What is that? Spending time communicating and connecting with people. Provide good, honest feedback, helpfully and fairly. Feedback. Use moral judgment in decision making. Be ready for change. Maintain excellent relationships. Find opportunities to collaborate. This is truly important when we talk about assertiveness. That is, what we have here, for example, is that the assertiveness in this part of leadership is so important that we have to align behavior to context. You must pitch your assertiveness according to the audience and context. We have to understand the context. How? Consider the context in which you find yourself. How is assertive behavior going to be viewed? We need to evaluate, or you need to evaluate your assertiveness. If your style successful, is your style successful? Is your assertiveness too much or too little? Ask people whose opinion you trust. You need to set and stick to goals. Why are you not speaking up when you should? Why are you holding back? Are there particular situations when you are not coming forward? Build relationships. When we don't feel comfortable around people, we are often afraid of what others think. Get to know the people you are dealing with over coffee or outside of work. Social barriers may limit your assertiveness. Be true to yourself. While you may be concerned that being more assertive than feel inauthentic, it shouldn't. You can remain friendly and even develop empathy while being more assertive. The degree and style of assertiveness should be appropriate to the context. We also have to pay attention to verbal strategies. Why not setting boundaries? It is essential to be clear both to yourself and others regarding what you find acceptable. Setting and maintaining boundaries means that you and the people you are dealing with understand the type of relationship you have and what is acceptable. For example, you may be prepared to provide coaching to a junior member of a staff, but clarify that it's for a specific length of time and will not be a session for criticizing colleagues. It's also important to say no. Most of us find saying no challenging, but it is especially difficult when lacking assertiveness. Yet, as with all these strategies, we can improve it with practice. If you're asked to do something that you are not comfortable with, perhaps it is against your core beliefs, you can either go along with what it is being asked of you or choose to say no. How about the I statements? The best outcome of any situation is one where both parties live satisfied without the need to compromise. Saying you do this or you didn't do that can sound aggressive. Describing how you feel about the situation states your position on the matter while opening up the dialogue. You can use phrases like, I feel this is the right approach. I feel we need to consider other options. You also need to express your needs and feelings. Try to avoid being passive-aggressive or aggressive. Approach situations openly and with diplomacy. This is the most successful way to be heard and understood. Address people using their names. Addressing them by name shows you know who they are. The listener needs to understand you are engaging directly with them and wish for action. Nonverbal strategies are also good. Maintain confident body language, facial expressions, proximity when we talk, and standing tall and straight of hunched over are examples of nonverbal communication. You need to adjust your speech. Assertive speakers sound relaxed and calm without seeming unconcerned. They should be loud enough to be heard without sounding they are shouting. It is difficult balance that benefits from practice to feedback from people whose input is or whose input you value. How about the outfit? Yes, you need to wear the right outfit. How we look can affect how we feel and how we are perceived. They can be increasingly difficult as many environments move towards casual dress. The boundaries for what it is acceptable and appropriate become more blurred. At work, we need to recognize the degree of assertiveness. We need to ask some questions in order to reflect on the answers. Do you look people in the eye when you are talking to them? Can you recall their eye color or what their glasses looks like? Do you project your voice clearly? Are you asked to repeat yourself or speak up? Do you speak with confidence? Are your sentences full of ums or ahs? Do you stand up tall? Do you feel comfortable around others? Are you relaxed or upright, uptight? Can you express how you feel? Do you feel anger, annoyance, or frustration? Do you offer your opinion even when it might be unpopular? Do you defend yourself when incorrectly blamed for something? Bill of Rights of Assertiveness. You can begin your transformation by removing some passive feelings of doubt, fear, and guilt that hold you back. A great place to start is listing a set of rules to shift your mindset, to change your mindset. Writing like, I alone have the right to judge my behavior. I have the right not to excuse or justify my behavior. I have the right to judge whether I am responsible for solving others' problems. I have the right to change my mind. I have the right to say, I don't know. I have the right to make mistakes and take responsibility. I have the right only to be responsible to myself and deal with others' disapproval. I have the right to be illogical in my decision making. I have the right to say, I don't understand. I have the right to say, I don't care. This may be less straightforward in a workplace environment. We need to implement an assertiveness formula by beginning simply and objectively what has happened on other person's behavior. We need to describe the outcomes of their negative behavior. We need to end by explaining how you are left feeling. Practice assertiveness. Like all skills, assertiveness benefits from practice. Use opportunities to try out your assertiveness by considering how you stand, your gestures, the language you use, how you speak, how successful you have been. We have many practical exercises to improve our communication and assertiveness skills. Learning how to recognize and use your leadership strengths can be an excellent way to build confidence and become more assertive. We can explore character strengths, identify, reflect, and exploit your character strengths. In assertive communication, understand the difference between being assertive, aggressive, and passive in communication, and explore a personal scenario with our assertive communication. I want to end by a take-home message. Too little assertiveness can lead to passivity, too much can lead to aggression. Despite existing at opposite ends of the communication spectrum, both styles are equally unhelpful in creating and maintaining beneficial work relationships. Sounding timid and uncertain will not win proposals nor gain respect, and high degrees of assertiveness will cause either avoidance or increased resistance. Ensuring your efforts are well-intended and getting assertiveness right at work are crucial to performing any role, yet particularly so for entering and staying within management and realizing your potential. I hope you have enjoyed these recommendations that I have experienced and I have found through the ones that I read, that very important researchers who I brought to you with a very interesting message that they have for us. I really enjoyed being here with you. I give you my heart from South America, Lima, Peru. And remember, yes, we can all be assertive leaders.
Thank you so much. But before you go, sir, I have a very important question to ask you. Because sometimes when you try to be assertive, some people turn it to something else, especially when you're trying to build it up. Can you please briefly explain to me or to us the difference between assertive and aggressive?
Right. When I talked about assertiveness, is to mind what you say and say what you mind.
Yes.
It means this is really hard because as I said before, it's not that you are liked by all people, but you need to think about others when you speak. It means that the words that you use in order to address people are probably not the same ones in other scenarios. But when you are aggressive, you act without thinking about the outcomes. You are fixed to a way of directing, of talking, of fostering your message without thinking of how the listener gets that message that you are delivering. That is the difference. But if you are assertive, you are thinking about all the time the message that is delivered and how it is accepted or not.
Thank you.
Mind what you say what you mind.
What did I? Thank you so much. Just another question. Sorry, everyone. I just need to get this right. What about being bold and being aggressive?
Oh, being bold,
like you're bold, or you know, you're confident, and yeah.
Sure. Well, we are talking about two boundaries, positive and negative. Being bold is in the positive factor and being aggressive is in the negative one. We have words that are positive themselves and words that are negative themselves. Aggressive is negative. So we have to avoid this negative word or what a negative reaction implies in this negative word.
Okay. So when you know that all what you're doing is building your confidence and being bold, and the perspective of others, they look at it as if, oh, she or he has changed, and
Yeah.
it looks like she's aggressive. How do you deal with that? I mean, I'm talking
Actually,
about other people's perspective about you trying to build yourself up, trying to be confident and trying to be bold. So what will you do at that time?
great. Self-confidence is very important because it deals with how you may act in different scenarios. Confidence means that you know what you can do, you know your limits, and you feel confident because you get experience in that particular way, or you bring up the experience that you have had before. This is what you ensure your behavior, your acting in this particular matter. And involved, when you have to act that way, it is very important that you consider yourself as a long life learner. It means that you have to tolerate yourself in different situations, because every day, every single hour, we learn. We learn from others. We learn from situations. And that is how you are going to face different plots in the real life.
Thank you so much. I believe that we are all learning. I'm gaining knowledge about this because I've been working on assertiveness for the past 10 years now. And all what you've shared with us today is still new to me. So I believe that you've added more knowledge to me personally. And I believe that others as well on this platform are learning, because like I will always say, we come together, we learn together, we grow together, and we make an impact. That's what transformational leadership is all about. So I want to seize this opportunity to say thank you so much. And we really appreciate your time. Thank you. Yes, we can clap for our great mentor.
Thank you. Thanks to you.
And I believe that you will continue to join us and sharing with us every time you are available. And we want to invite you to our great second year anniversary that is coming up tomorrow, if you can join us, because we have some surprises for many people for tomorrow.
My pleasure.
So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, now we need to move on. But before then, let me quickly.
Professor Dr. Queen, I just wanted to ask one question. Can I ask?
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to ask a question?
Yes.
Okay.
Professor Ruben, it was fantastic presentation, but I just have a small doubt, because in the initial slide, it was mentioned that the best leaders are assertive and have good judgment. But then in one of the upcoming slide, it was mentioned that leaders who are not good in judgment, but who are very good in assertiveness are good leaders. But what I feel is the leaders, especially the one who is holding key portfolios, have to be good in judgment as well. So there were two contradictory statements I found, in the presentation.
Oh,
so
yeah. What I mean is the degree of judgment. Yes, is the degree. When it's too high, judgment is not that good for a leader. But we also need to imply judgment, because we need to think about situations, and judgment permits us to evaluate those situations. But you cannot go to the extreme. So everything in the extreme is not good, but we need to apply it as well.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank
so
you so
much.
much.
I hope you've been satisfied with the answer, Dr. Vijay. Okay. Good.
Yes,
Okay.
what he feels is, comparatively,
Balance.
if I'm right.
Don't worry. Next time, I'm inviting Professor to come back and come and teach us more until we get it. We cannot get everything at one spot. But also, can I encourage you as well to visit the YouTube and also replay it and get the more knowledge from what he has taught us today. And also, Dr. Ruben, is it possible to put your email or information on our chat box so that if they want to? Okay, sir, that would be great. That would be great because learning is lifelong and we just keep learning. And that is what we call transformation, renewing our mindset for transformation. So thank you so much. Right, we need to move on. I just want to quickly play this. You are doing right now. You might be a medical doctor. You might be a professor. You might even be a bishop. You can even be a head of state, head of, president of a country. Or you can still do more than that. Because you have greatness in you. Because you can do all things. Because you have gifts that you have not recognized yet. Because you have a book in you to write. Your voice, the world is waiting for. They want to hear from you. They want to see your creativity. So that is why I'm telling you that you have a lot that is still in your storehouses that needs to be bring out. Okay. Now we are going to introduce, but I'm not going to put justice to the introduction because I think I will invite other people to do the job for us. But the next person that we're going to put on is my dear friends, and we are together. We're collaborating together with Y.Y.C.I International and Chipako International. She's also our matron, and she's also our chairperson. She's also our co-host. But let me allow Dr. Noon Ahmed to introduce this afternoon.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you so much, my dear sister, for giving me the floor. Hello, everyone. Good day, and welcome to all of you once again. Y.Y.C.I International Mindset and Transformation and Masterclass. And I hope you have been passing such a productive hour to learn and get some ideas for this today's class. And yes, you were yesterday you had another class. So let me welcome, I'm really privileged to welcome the next speaker of the today, who is can you please, sister, share the screen once again? I would like to share more regarding this title of my sister.
I know.
So I don't want to have a less word to share.
Okay.
So please, can you please share your
Before
screen?
I do that, I think I need to quickly say something about you.
Sure.
Ambassador Dr. Noon Ahmed from Bangladesh is our Y.Y.C.I International Youth Ambassador, Global Moderator, Global Secretary, and also Y.Y.C.I stroke NYLN, which is National Youth Leadership Network Bangladesh Director. So you can see we are all involving, we are all working together. So anytime they're free, when they join us like this, I like to involve them in our masterclass and our conferences. So I'm so glad you're joining us today, sir. And over to you, I will show you your slide.
Yes, and yes, of course, I would like to add with you that this masterclass is not being happen very easily. All of the eminent speakers around the world who have been sharing their words, that is really a priceless and very important for each and every person. So never miss it and try to be connected with the Yes You Can International Network. Yes, let me welcome to my sister and definitely Dr. Alkam Hajar, who is the founder, CEO, Chipaco International, and Yes You Can International UK, chairperson, co-host, and national mentor, board member of Dias and Big Brain, who is the academician and educational leader, trainer, mentor, change maker, AIC master trainer, and global SDG ambassador, who is the psychotherapist and the leadership and communication, parenting coach, and soft skill. Wow. She is also writes our column for the national dailies, the Times of India and the Hindustan Times, and also Lifestyle magazine, Marie Claire, Gloria, Atelier, Wedding Vows, Asia, as well as the digital magazine, who is the dynamic person, the radio TV presenter and the talk show host, Radio City, Radio Mirchi, Radio One, and the TV, Rafter TV, and Big FM, who is also an international tarot reader, wow, and the space healer, international speaker, host, and moderator, and shares 600 plus event, wow. So she is the recipient of national and international honors in education, leadership, communication, humanitarianism, and the psychotherapist master of the ceremonies. Global speaker and the host as well. So digital influencer, game changer, global educators, innovator educators, and futurist educator, motivational speaker, Maharatna Pratap Leadership Award, iconic influencer, international tarot card reader, entrepreneur, Sustainable Excellence Award, Most Inspirational Personality of 2020 Award. Wow, what is left, my dear sister? I think most of the recognition, most of the award is missing over here. So anyway, let me welcome the dynamic, personal, iconic of the women and women empowerment, my dear sister, all the way from India, Dr. Alka Mahajan. So my dear sister, floor is yours.
Thank you, Brother Noor. I mean, it's quite euphoric, when you introduce me and the way you have introduced me today, because I don't get to hear about myself too often, but it is a euphoric feeling, believe me. I mean, I enjoyed listening to you talking about me, but yes, you're doing a great job and keep shining. My good wishes are always, always with you. And yes, with my dearest queen, my friend, my Excellency, Honorable Dr. Professor Queen Elizabeth, always, we're family, with Chilparco International and Yes You Can International, we are family. And yes, we are working together in areas that will benefit humanity. But for now, everyone, the first thing that I would like to take you through is a little step in visualization, positive visualization, because the topic that I'll be talking on is express to de-stress. So we first need to relax ourselves a bit. So what do? Nothing, no tall order over here. But what I ask all of you to do is that just relax yourself, everyone. If most of you can come on video mode, I'll be the happiest. And let me just put it on my gallery so I can see who actually came on video mode. Well, I don't see too many, but yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of you I do see out of the 30 plus present here. Thank you so much for keeping your videos on so I could actually see you. So I would like all, thank you so much, Dr. TP Sasi Kumar. And yes, greetings of peace, love, and happiness to all of you. Let's begin with this little visualization. So everyone, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath, hold it. Hold it for 7 seconds. So you take that deep breath and hold it for 7 seconds. Now exhale. Take about 8 seconds. Wonderful. Now close your eyes, everyone. Eyes closed. I'll keep them open because I have to look at you. Close your eyes for a minute. Loosen up your body. Don't be too stiff. Sit comfortably. Sit upright, but sit comfortably. Don't sit too tightly. Yes. Properly in your chair, wherever you're sitting. And let all anxieties, worries, fears, what's to happen next, the program that comes up next, let all that just go away for the moment. Keep your mind blank, okay? Blank. Now, once you've done that, maybe a little bit you've been able to achieve it. I'm sure you have, if you're really focusing. Imagine a beautiful scene that puts a smile on your face. Something that happened recently, you're winning an award, you're being with your children, visiting a friend, the mountains, the hills, the valleys, flowing water, the cascade of fountains, whatever you feel like. Just think about that beautiful scene. Let me see, how many of you are smiling? Okay, I see my dearest queen smiling. Thank you. And even I see Dr. Vijay smiling. Azhar Gilji smiling. Gul Parvez ji smiling. My brother Noor with his cute smile. Sister Patricia with her cute smile. Ambassador Gumati and our very own Pastor Nelson with his very sweet smile. So yes, yeah, that's it. So now how do we begin to express ourselves? Everyone smile. Smile. It doesn't take anything. No money involved. No money at all. Believe me, you have it within you. You are unstoppable. You are unique. You are unbeatable. You are tenacious. You can achieve, because yes, you can if you know what stuff you are made about. And you know, if you can smile just like that, that is like, you know, you're cutting the ice. If there are problems, well, you just smile them off. It becomes easier. I mean, the problem is not going to go away. No, the problem will be there, but you'll be able to handle it well. So this is an expression. When you smile, you express yourself. It's an expression because you have let the worry, you know, we were just hearing Dr. Garcia speak. And he says that at times, you know, there are difficult situations, but, you know, you are letting, it's not only communication. Sometimes there are other forms of expression, and smile is one of the most powerful ones. So smile a lot. So now let me begin with the day. You know, when you wake up in the morning, don't just jump out of bed. Okay. Don't jump out of bed. Just take a moment. Do this visualization technique. And just say some nice things to yourself. When you're doing self-talk, that is self-care. Again, another expression. So you begin your day well. You want to begin your day well, say something nice to yourself. Say something that will make you feel that you are the master of your destiny, that you cannot be controlled by anyone. You know, most of the time what happens that we let others influence us. Like, you know, when just now Dr. Garcia was telling us that, you know, it becomes very difficult to say no at times. But then you should know what you are capable of doing. Don't just say yes to something and then do not avoid being non-committal about it. Don't let the commitment part of you run away. Because if you've committed to something, you've committed to something. But yes, if you feel that you might not be able to, then please, you know, you have to learn the art, because this is again expression. You have to express yourself, and we can help others and do big, big things only if we first learn a little bit about self-care. So when you get up in the morning, you go to the washroom, the restroom, Look at yourself in the mirror, say a positive thought to yourself. Anything, whatever you feel that makes you feel in control of the situation. For example, you can just say simply that I am divinely guided in all my endeavors. Wow, isn't that powerful? You'll start feeling goosebumps. And that means that that power is coming from within, and you have that power within you. That's important. Now, when you're all freshened up, you've taken your bath and everything, and you're enjoying your cup of coffee, don't just gulp it down. You know, your cup of coffee, don't gulp it down. Enjoy it. Look at the color. Feel it. Feel your cup in your hand. Enjoy the moment. This is self-care. This is an expression. When you're enjoying what God has given you, sometimes we forget to be thankful. We forget to be grateful for the mercies that we have on an everyday basis. What happens when you don't get your cup of coffee in the morning, or cup of tea, whoever is used to tea, or milk, like my brother Noor, for example? I feel he's still my baby. So the thing is, you need to enjoy it. Hold it, take sips, be with yourself for 5-10 minutes. That is important, because then you begin your day well. Then you are able to understand what you have within you that can make you the most productive. Believe me, if you don't do that, your day becomes chaotic. You feel helpless. You feel as if you have too much on your platter and you're not able to do anything well. And that also happens. We mess up on everything. So in order to save ourselves from messing up on all things, have a calm mind. It works wonders. It works wonders. Believe me, there were times when I used to be very, very, because I'm an Aquarian, so I get impatient at times. But then I realized that when I get impatient and I want to do things too quickly at times, without managing my time, then I sort of lose out on very major opportunities. I lose out on goodness. I lose out on sometimes making really good friends, building up good rapport. So I'm not only talking about myself. I'm sure it happens with all of you at times. Now, when I'm saying all this, I'm telling you to go through a little exercise in mental calisthenics. Mental calisthenics is exercising your mind. This is basically exercising your mind when you're doing a little visualization, when you're doing a positive self-talk, when you're saying something powerful to yourself, when you begin your day with a smile and you continue smiling. That's important. I mean, it adds to the beauty of your face. You don't have to have those extraordinary mannequin kind of looks to be beautiful. You're beautiful just the way you are. And that smile will add oodles of charm to your looks. Because, if you know that you're looking good, you'll feel good from within. And that, again, is expression. That, again, is a way of expressing yourself, because if you're looking good, you're feeling good, everything about you is good, you feel in control of the situation. So, it's about mind games. You have to train your mind. You have to keep on saying it, because sometimes we're human beings and we do err, because we're human beings. We may go wrong, but then again, train your mind. Give it a little push it a little bit, tell it that you can do it. And while all this happens, always remain positive. Because when you're smiling, what is this color? This color is yellow. Yellow is the color of optimism. Yellow is the color of sunshine. Yellow is the color of so many beautiful flowers, like the sunflower. Yellow is the color of the sun. Don't they all bring a smile to your face? Don't they make you feel positive? When you go out in the open, you feel good, especially when you look at the sky. So, again, this is expressing. This is expression. So this is something that we forget to do in our daily routines. So self-care, self-confidence, self-love, being positive, smiling a lot, all these are very important. And for here, I have this one line to say, that you need to take time to reflect. You need to take time to reboot. You need to take time to regroup. So what comes where, which also talks about management, time management, self-management. So how do you manage your time well? It just doesn't happen. You have to have a mental mapping of how your day should look like. Or maybe, at the end of the day, You could do some journaling. The journaling is very important. You know, I keep a journal with me most of the times. I like to write whatever I do in a day. I like to plan. And at the end of the day, I have another journal which is a gratitude journal. I write one thing, two things, three things that were the highlights of the day. And when I see that, when I see what I've written, it brings a smile to my face because I talk about the highlight of the day. You see, unpleasant moments will also happen. You know, sometimes you'll have a tiff, sometimes there'll be an argument, but this is all part of life. Let's try to focus on the goodness. Let's try to focus on what put a smile on your face. And let's try to do away with what did not. I mean, sometimes it's just inevitable at times, you know. I mean, maybe your mind is not proper. You haven't controlled it well. You've not trained it well. There is too much for you to handle. Too many things are happening. There is some problem in the family. So you're not able to do a good job. But then, you know, for that, I would say to all of you, let's be a little more humane, because sometimes you don't know what the other person's story is all about. So we have to keep all these things in mind. That is why expression. And whenever you can, just talk to someone, because when you're doing a lot of self-care for yourself, it gives you immense power to do the same with others. That's very important. So, you know, positive affirmations, the more you can write, the more you can say, the more you can chant, anything, you can make your own positive affirmations. Just keep one thing in mind. Always say them in the present tense. I am happy. Present tense. Don't say, I want to be happy. No. Then you'll keep on wanting all your life. So just say, I am happy. I am smiling. I am loved. You know, things now. I am enjoying myself connecting with all of my wonderful brothers and sisters from the global community. This is important, you know. And another thing, we heard a lot about mindset yesterday in the masterclass and today as well from Dr. Garcia. We heard a lot of mindset. So mindset, fixed mindset is a stubborn mindset. You just don't want to change. You don't want to, you become a narcissist, you know, in the process, because you want the whole world to see it from your perspective. Dr. Garcia also talked about two favorite words of mine, that shifting perspectives. Instead of saying, now when I say this, why does this happen to me all the time? And when I say, this is teaching me something important. Which one is a fixed mindset and which one is the growth mindset? Number one or number two? You can use the chat box to give me some responses, and let me go through the chat box. Yeah, I'll take 4 or 5. Or somebody wants to say, please say. The first one or the second one? Which one is the growth mindset? Yes, Ambassador Gumati, maybe you would like to give me an answer. When I say, I'll repeat myself. I'm saying that nothing good ever happens to me. And then I say, I am learning something from this. I need to learn something from this. Now, which one is a growth mindset and which one is a fixed mindset? And which one would you go for?
The second one, because we always learn every day.
Absolutely. That's it. So instead of saying that, okay, simple things. Oh, I cannot dance. I have 2 left feet. But this is a fixed mindset because you've already decided that you cannot dance. But when you say, let me give it a try, maybe I could add my own classy touch to it and make it my way. Well, that's the one. This is a growth mindset, and this is what we have to train our mind, because this, again, is an expression of our personality. What kind of a mindset do we have? We should always aim towards a growth mindset, and I'm sure all of us over here are aiming towards a growth mindset. It's very important. Let's not have a clouded vision about anything. Let's not close our mind to certain things. Yeah, there would be times that you would disagree with certain things. There would be disagreements. But try to reason out, not with anyone, but your own self. Expression. Reason out, talk to yourself. Why did this happen? Okay, I need to learn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The list can go on. It depends on what all you have learned from a particular situation. So this is very important. And the next thing, creativity is intelligence having fun. Now, throughout the day, don't forget that you're human and you need some time for yourself. So there could be something that you really enjoy doing besides the work that you're doing. So if you are a singer, sing. You may not have a good voice, but go ahead. Just sing from the heart. Whatever you do from the heart always wins, hands down. I know they say that, think from here, but sometimes a good balance, a good combination of the head and heart works the best. So always do that. So sing, dance, go to the garden, do some gardening, go for a walk, do aerobics, do salsa dancing, read a book, write, horticulture, sculpture, embroidery, cooking, baking, knitting, whatever it is that you enjoy, just go ahead and do that. In a day, because all these things are also expressions which make you feel lighter, which make you feel that you're enjoying the day, which make you feel that, your day is productive, in addition to the work that you're doing. But then the work doesn't become work. Like yesterday, Dr. Daphne said, work becomes passion because it's passion for you. So when you're doing all this, when you're having fun with what you're doing, it's an expression of you being happy. And happiness, my friends, my brothers and sisters, is an inside job. No one can force you to smile. If I just tell someone who is crying, if I tell a crying child to just smile, he will not smile just like that. You'll have to make him smile in some way, saying nice things to the person. So if this is what I, basically wanted to share with you. But you know what? Always try to write things, journaling. So don't forget the journaling. It's very therapeutic. Try to, even if you're not a writer at all, it's not difficult. Again, it's a mindset, growth mindset. Bring it in and say, all right, from today, the new month, this is September, it's a new month, the 9th month of the year. It's time that we start giving a thought to what we have achieved in this year, all these 8 months, where we went wrong, what lessons we learned, and how we can improve ourselves as individuals. See, it's about you. You are unique. Once you discover your strengths, you work on those strengths to help others. You use those strengths at the workplace. You use those strengths when you connect with people. You use those strengths with all areas of your life. And then again, you have to reflect, reboot, and rediscover yourself. And then you'll understand that maybe there are some more strengths lying dormant within me that I need to take out, that I need to manifest. So you go in search of different pastures, different mountains, and you want to try to understand more about yourself. Many times we don't even know what we're capable of. And we remain absolutely unaware of the qualities that we have within us. Sometimes your intuition works wonders, because when you introspect, I forgot to tell you, meditation and introspection works. And meditation, I don't mean 1 hour long meditation. Simple meditation. You could just put on some music. This is what I do. I'm sharing my, I just put on some music, very light, soft music. I light a candle. I generally keep one at my work table. I have my green candle here. So this is peace. This is serenity. Even a blue one will work. Light it, use some kind of essential oils if you have them. Otherwise, you can just use them. You can light incense and just close your eyes and declutter your mind. Don't have any thoughts. And then once you open your eyes, a beautiful image will come in front of you. And that will be your motivation to begin your day based on whatever you see. So you will know. It won't happen immediately. You'll have to practice it for some days in order to know. And now all of you, if I am able to share my screen, I have a little quiz for all of you. It won't take too much time. I'll just share my screen. Oh, you have disabled participant screen sharing, dearest Queen.
Now, so you can share.
Okay. Just a minute.
Yes.
It still says host disabled.
Oh, let me check.
I don't know why.
All right, let me do it
That's-
again.
Yeah.
The co-host.
Because then
Yes.
it'll become easier for everyone to understand the sentences and they can write
Okay.
their answers.
Yes, I've make you a co-host.
Okay. Yes. I'm able to do it now.
Okay.
Can you see this?
Yes, we
Now
can.
Now let's reflect. There's nothing difficult. You're going to have a couple of questions and you'll have to answer them with no, maybe with always, sometimes, and all the time. You know, always, sometimes, and maybe never. So you can answer with these three. Always, never, sometimes. Okay. So you can do it mentally also. And because I'm not going to force you to, why am I not able to put it down? Okay. So the first three questions are, how often have you been upset because of something unexpected? Always, never, or sometimes? Expression. How often do you feel unable to control the important things in your life? I see Ambassador Gumati really smiling. I love your smile. Okay.
You can
Third one.
also, if you want to, you can also put it on chat if you want to answer the questions.
Yes,
Feel
please,
free.
please. Thank you so much, dearest Queen. Thank you. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, excellencies, leaders, you can do that. How often do you feel nervous and stressed? I'm sure you have been able to answer, because see, you have to answer from the heart. Don't take time. If you're taking time to answer it, then you're thinking too much. And when you're thinking too much, you might give me a rehearsed answer. So we don't want that. How often do you feel lack of confidence about handling personal problems? How often do you feel that things are not going well for you? How often do you feel you cannot cope with all the things that you have to do? How often are you able to control the things that irritate you? Lots of things irritate me as well. So I'm not able to control them all the time. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. So be honest with your answers. How often do you feel on top of things? Well, here I feel always. I mean, I enjoy everything that comes my way. So, for example, how often have you been angry because of things outside of your control? Sometimes. Come on, express. Now count all the always, count all the sometimes, count all the never. Count it and let's see the answer. Let's see how stressed you are. So you need to express yourself more in the ways that I've shared just now. Okay, so there goes. Always maximum stress levels. Well, folks, you need to de-stress. You need to express yourself more. Do not keep things inside you, bottled up inside you. You know, don't do that. Express. Sometimes or maybe moderate stress levels. Okay. Never, well, you don't have low stress levels or you have very negligible stress levels. So it depends on the number of A's you have. It depends on the number of sometimes or maybes you have. It depends on the number of nevers you've had. So please, I'm sure all of you have gotten your answers. And with that, let me give you a powerful plan. Remember the acronym PLAN, and you can note this down. You can take a screenshot if you want to. P is period for productivity. When are you the most productive? For example, I'll say I'm the most productive at night. I don't know, but that's the time I'm most productive. Though, and there is no hard and fast rule that says, oh, morning times are the best. They are the best, but then, you know, there is a time for productivity. When is the best time for you? So everyone has their own time. So understand your period for productivity first. If you want to really express yourself well. Then number 2, location for taking a break. Now, you know, we all have our comfortable corners at home or in the park or in a particular room in the house. So, you know, maybe you have a a rocking chair, you would sit on that, take a book, read, sip your coffee, play some music which is just nearby. I mean, I like to do that. So all of us have some, or maybe I like to go to the park and just take a walk. And while walking, I think about things. So that could also be. Then A is the activity that you enjoy and that you must do in a day. So every day you must give 15 to 20 minutes to some activity that you enjoy. Remember I said creativity is intelligence, having fun. So have fun. You're intelligent, you're hardworking, you're tenacious. You are very, very unique and unstoppable. So give yourself that little break every 15, 20 minutes, dancing, whatever, play a musical instrument. If you're very good, you have a piano, guitar, strum the guitar, whatever it is that you like to do, but do it. And then N, name people you can talk to. Even if there's been a break with someone, you feel that you haven't talked to the person in ages, your friend, your relative, your grandparents, your siblings, your cousins, your uncles and aunts with whom you haven't connected all this while. Every day, maybe you could just write down one name that you will connect with throughout the day. Just pick up the phone, cell phone, that's with you all the time. You have time. Hello, Auntie, how are you? Oh yeah, it's been a long time. So tell me, how's your health? I mean, you all have your own personal style. So don't forget that. So PLAN. Plan, period for productivity, location for taking a break, activity that you enjoy, and name people that you can talk to. Try it out. It will work wonders. Very simple, nothing, it's no rocket science at all. It's something which is very amazing. And then when the day ends, I talked about the beginning of the day, you begin with a smile. You end the day with a smile as well, You end the day with a smile as well. And at did all of you see that? Okay. And be thankful for the day that you had. Attitudes of gratitude. So I have learned that the more thankful I am, the more I have to be thankful for. So this is something which I feel really works, because if you are grateful for everything that you have, even for the small things in your life, for the people that you have in your life, you will have more reasons to be thankful. So with that, be beautiful, be blessed, be bountiful, keep the faith always, stay happy, and keep learning, keep growing. Smile. Let's smile. Let me just stop sharing so I can see everyone smile, because I love to see everyone smiling. Wow. Thank you so much, Dr. Vijay. I love your smile. Pastor Nelson, wow, you have, special place in my heart for you. Azharji, thank you so much. Victoria, thank you so much. Ambassador Victoria, my brother Noor, Ambassador Gumti, Roma dear, thank you so much for that smile. And Ambassador Gul, thank you so much for that wonderful smile. Thank you to everyone. Thank you to my dearest sister, my dearest queen sister, Professor Dr. Elizabeth Lucas. Thank you to my brother Noor for introducing me. And thank you to all of you for being here, for sharing the journey that I shared with you in this last maybe 30, 35 minutes. Thank you for being that special part of my journey. If I've been able to touch your hearts in even a teeny weeny bit of a way, I'll be blessed. Thank you. Take care.
Wow, 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 wow. Winnie, this great teaching. What a great teaching we've been learning today from the beginning to this time. Thank you so much, Dr. Aika. Sometimes when I make some drastic decision, I think I know why. Now I know the reason why I have to put you on the platform to teach us, apart from moderating. Sometimes it's good to follow our instinct. I knew there's something that you have that we need, and you have really shared with us today. How to smile, how to calm, how to moderate, meditate, how to, take life easy. and stay positive. Wow. Wow. Thank you so much. Our good matron, you've put justice to this teaching today. This is all what Yes You Can International is all about. You said something. It said, discover your strength and develop it and use it to help others. Like I always say, check in yourself who you are, what you are, and your purpose, and share it to the world. And that is what Yes You Can is all about. We are not here for show. We are not here to compete. We are not here to compare. And we are not here to copy. But we are here to learn together, because every one of us have uniqueness. I mean, you can see since yesterday, yes, everybody's got their own message in their own style. And that's why we have created this platform. It's not only connection or contact. It's about commitment. Commitment to your own personal development. Because if you are right, then you can help others. If you can change your mindset and transform your lives, then it will influence others. And that is what leadership is all about. So I want to, and like our theme for this, in fact, you've nailed it, because tomorrow is our big event. And guess what our topic for tomorrow is? Self-love and self-care. So it has to start from individual before we reach out to others as a leader. So I want to say thank you so much. Thank you as well, Dr. Ruben, because you said when you know who you are and you develop yourself and build your confidence and be assertive, the way you will present to the world will be unique, and you'll be attracted. You'll be a connector and a magnet to others. So how you put yourself, how you develop yourself, how you prepare yourself matters. So Dr. Aika, thank you so much. We really appreciate your
Thank you to
teaching
you,
today.
everyone. I mean, everyone was smiling, and I think that just made my adrenaline rush. Yeah, release
you
of
so
happy
much.
hormones. Yes.
And thank you as well, Ambassador Noon. You remember a year ago, you didn't prepare to be a moderator of Yes You Can International when we started. I just called you 30 minutes before the program. And I said to you, you know what? I will be at the background giving you instruction, but start it off. But look at you today. You are a great king.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Same thing
That
happened.
is called transforming. That is called
Exactly.
transforming. Yes, I recall that I was the remote area at that time, and just 30 minutes ago, you just informed me that you will have to be a moderator for the after 30 minutes program. I was feeling thrilling the time that. Is that really possible to me that to
It's
conduct the
possible.
moderating part here? And you made this opportunity and bring me over here. Look at this transforming things, because that time I was very much not confident enough, very much new in this platform and some other things, new in role as well. And now I can able to share, care, as well as enrich my ideas with the help of you. And yes, of course, that's why my all the passion and love towards the Yes You Can International, and my dearest sister and mentor, Sister you, Professor Queen, Dr. Queen Elizabeth Lucas Apilaro. You are the prime person to transform myself from that year and now. So yes.
Yes. And you remember even now when I saw you quickly joining, because I wasn't too sure if you're going to join us. Immediately I saw you, I said, you're going to do a little bit of moderation today. So be on the spot. That is how we work. We get prepared. You know, once you get prepared, anything can come up. The same thing happens with challenges. The same thing happens. You just make yourself available, make yourself prepared, you know, relax and know that anything can happen at any time. You can face any challenges, you can face it, and you can win it. So I want to say thank you so much, but you still have one job to do. Let me, before then, let me surprise somebody. Before we call the next speaker, let me surprise somebody on this platform again to just quickly say hello to us. And the name is Pastor Nelson Persford.
Thank you. Being an ambassador for peace and pastor, I greet you. Greeting, peace, shalom, salam, assalamu alaikum, namaste, salamti, and every greeting from different religion and tradition. I say everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good day. I'm really very glad to hear every speaker. God has given us a special blessing to everyone. As our dear Queen Elizabeth said, everyone has a different blessing and opportunity, and we can share even a special sentence so that we can learn and we can teach others. So I'm really very glad, and we are family, we are peace, and we are one. We are really blessed, and we can do everything. And can we say together, we are one, and yes, we can.
We can.
Thank you.
Okay.
God bless you.
God bless you. So we're going to welcome our next speaker. And before then, let me quickly share this.
Dr. Elizabeth Lucas is a dynamic and motivation speaker. She is based in the United Kingdom. She is the founder and director of Yes You Can International. She has been invited to several international conferences to speak and lecture. She is an intelligent teacher, author, and she is a mentor to the younger generation. Please subscribe to Y.Y.C.I TV on YouTube to watch her amazing videos. You will be glad you did.
This is just to let you know that there's nothing too difficult for you to do.
If we can change, then everything around us will change.
Without wisdom, you can't really create wealth. We're in the world of creativity. Okay, a big job for Ambassador Noon to introduce to us our next speaker, teacher, mentor, and coach, Professor Edward Model. So, first of all, let me know, are you here, sir? I know you have problem with the connection.
Yes, I am here.
Wonderful.
Great.
So, Ambassador
my video
Noon,
will not. Yeah, can you see my video? I don't know, or maybe you can't.
Yes, we can see your videos, brother.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
Right. Ambassador Noon.
Yes. So yes, now I'd like to introduce the next speaker of the today, my dear brother, Professor Dr. Edward Mondal from Canada. Edward Provin Mondal was the founder and the chief learning from evangelist at Global Academy for Holistic Leadership and Coaching Incorporation, and CEO of Perona Television Canada. Professor Edward Mondal from Canada. Edward Mondal lives in Alberta, Canada. He has 20 years of professional experience as an academic, researcher, trainer, coach, and consultant. He taught as academic at a number of universities in Canada, Bangladesh, and India. He is the chapter president of GARA, that is Global Academic Research Academy, Canada. He authored a number of books. He regularly presents the keynote speaker with a number of university and research organizations. He taught as a seasonal instructor at McWin University, coordinator of CDI College, Canada. In Bangladesh, he taught at the International University of Business, Agriculture and Technology, BRAC University, Northern University, People's University, and Victoria University as well. In India, he worked with IMI Delhi and KCU QZ Kerala. He worked in international organization as a senior research fellow. He worked as a consultant in the Ministry of Commerce, Bangladesh Federation of Chamber of Commerce and Industry, International Labour Organization, European Commission, Royal Netherlands Embassy, UNFPA, and many other corporate organizations. In Canada, he worked for the provincial government as an analyst. He is a certified trauma-informed coach and motivational speaker and editor of Sustainable Watch and CEO of Perona Television Canada. He is a social entrepreneur. He founded CSR Bangladesh in 2008 and Corporate Sustainable and Responsibility Canada in 2015. He founded Canadian Museum of Bengali Citizen. He is the Rotarian and the chair of Youth Committee for 2021 to 22. He's the member of the Edmonton Chamber of Commerce, is a volunteer for a number of international organizations as not-for-profit board member. He has run his incorporation business name EMM Consultant since 2013. The management consulting from the provides services to small, medium-scale industry in Canada. He worked for the UNFPA project as a consultant for reproductive health to train parliamentarians in Bangladesh. He has a number of research projects and publications. He is passionate about management consultancy, entrepreneurship, research, and innovation. Okay, not only innovation, also focus on the human rights, labor rights, workplace health and safety, poverty alleviation, community management. He is a passionate and documentary filming. He founded the Global Academy of Holistic Leadership and Coaching Incorporation. He's a global, a global knowledge platform. He regularly conducts leadership, sustainability, motivational speaker series through his channel. He is passionately working towards knowledge and sustainable inclusive society. So may I welcome the next speaker, my dear brother from Canada, Edward Ruben Mondal. So my dear brother, where is yours?
All right, thank you very much. I'm humbled, and it's my great privilege to share my thoughts with you. First of all, I'd like to thank Almighty, the only creator and sustainer, for his blessings to us. I would like to start, my topic is building trust. I'm I'm keen about learning, and I'm learning a lot from you. Thank you very much for the platform, and Professor Dr. Queen Elizabeth and the rest of the dignitaries. I'm very much grateful to all of you because you are bringing positive vibes and which is needed very much. And I'm blessed. I'd like to quote a few quotes because I believe the creator and also different religions says about trust. So in one of the quotes here, I can say is keep your lives free from the love of money and the content with what you have, because uh, God has never I have God says, never I leave you, never will I forsake you. Is found in Hebrew verse 13:5 in Bible. And the another verse it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your understanding. In all your ways, submit to him and he will make your path straight. When we believe in Creator, any religion you believe, we can see that how we are blessed and we feel free from anything. And I know, right, there are many, well, they believe different religions, but I believe there is one creator. But when you believe in God and we trust God, we find peace and happiness. There is another verse I found in Vedas, the scripture, do not led by others, awaken your own mind, amaze with your own experience and decide for yourself your own path. I'd like to also share one of the other verses from Buddhism is faith for at first sight. In 219, I think one of the person is said, is that one in whom he has trust, in whom his heart has devotion, although he is unknown, he should willingly, although he is unknown before, he should willingly place his trust. I like to share one of my experience when I read the verse. Many years back, I took my mother. My mother was very ill, so I went to. I took my mom to Vellore. Vellore is actually in India. It's called Christian Medical College. So I'm from Bangladesh. We went for treatment for my mother, and we stayed there for a month. It was very expensive medical treatments, a lot of things going on. When we were returning, because we spent all the money. So I was there. We were going to Pune from Vellore to Pune, but on the middle of the road, somewhere in Bangalore, I think there's something happened. Then we are dropped, and I didn't have the money at that time. And that time, those e-transfer, all those things were not available. Like so many years back. So we are stuck at the bus station, and my mother was very ill. So we are stranded there. So I'm feeling very helpless. So we were, and then this one gentleman came and asked, and I said, okay, come with us. I will take you somewhere so that you can have rest, because I can see their mother is ill. Okay, when I trust someone, right, because we see there's a lot of things that are happening. How do you trust a person? And that person took us to a hotel. They booked a hotel, and then we stayed there for a night. When we are in trouble, we can understand, like when we trust someone, right, at the first sight, and we get comforted and we get all the blessings. I can't, share my feeling and experience at the time when we got those support by a stranger that we trusted, because there's sometimes, when we can see when we trust someone, and then maybe they can take it to unknown places and they get kidnapped, or they take money, or they can do a lot of other things. So this is one of the experience that I'm sharing with you. So when we say building trust, in the last couple of years, I am actually learning a lot. I'm actually, as I'm a trauma coach, I deal with a lot of patients or a lot of person with having challenges in uh, having challenges in for during COVID, as I said, that they're having issues with mental illness or mental health. So when I talk to them, I see that people are scared. They're not open. So as an educator, when I was teaching in class, I can see there are few students, they're not sitting in front, they're not communicating, and they're sitting at the back. How do you communicate as an educator? I think most of you here, some of them are, most of you are an educator and you are dealing with students or dealing with clients. You can see how you can communicate. Because one of the first basic thing I think is building trust is very important. That's what I would like to share with you. Few important questions that's actually help us to build trust. The first question that's building trust is the person reliable? How do you determine the person is reliable or not? Uh, I talk to stranger and I try to communicate. When I start conversation, I can see the person is talking, responding, but this person, how I can be reliable, how other person can be reliable is the question. So I think this is very important thing. There are few characteristics that's right help us so to build this trust. The next one, I think we can have a lot of examples that the reliability. The next one is that person is competent. So it also can from your past experience that a person are dealing with any of your acts or behavior or any commitments that he already kept. Like for example, you have a friend and he said, okay, I remember one of my story when I was a kid that one friend said, okay, come to my place and we'll have a lot of toys and I'll play with you. So it is a long like walk at the time when I was very small. So we went to the friend and I didn't find their friend. They already left. I was very sad. So when the friends are not keeping commitments, so will you trust the next time? Or if you are not keeping the commitments, will they trust you? So this is important question. So that's this another question that I would like to ask or I would like to share is that person is predictable. So this is another thing that you also need to consider, this person is predictable or not. Sometimes there is uncertainties and sometimes you are not they're not sure what's your action could be, because probably you are the one who showed that maybe you didn't uh, keep your promises. So it is very important that that you as a person should set an example so that other person can rely. It doesn't come automatically, it takes time. And then when person uses like or they rely on those experiences they're having, probably it's not you, there may be experiences they're experiencing with other person that they are not trustworthy, so they won't trust you. The other thing is the person is consistent. It's very important. I remember I have one friend that's not, for some reason I don't know why, the very beginning when I was in school or college is not they he didn't like me. Was always like not very open to me and everything. I think it took 20 years for me to that person to be a very good friend and it's kind of a family member. So I was very consistent. That means I didn't show my emotion that because he didn't treat me well or he was saying maybe negative things to others. I didn't show my expression because I think maybe I like him because I think maybe he might be a good person, but for some reason he is not good to me. So it's my personal experience. I gained so many friends because I didn't take it personally. And this is my personal experience. I don't know what is your experience, because my experience, I said I love people and I talk to people even they are my enemies or they're not good to me, they're not good to my family, or they didn't treat me well, but I find is love is one of the languages that I find I can win the friend. So I had a couple of experience in this regard. One of the experience that I shared with you is 20 years. It took 20 years for me, to gain that person, one of the best person, a best friend, and also kind of a family member. So this is one of the things that's very important. Consistency is very important. The next one I would like to share with you is, does the person is communicate clearly? So communication is very important. I think Dr. Alka is very good communicator, and there are many educators that are very communicator. But my question is not us, but also the learners or students. Are they communicate clearly, or your clients communication? So we need to listen. It's very important. We talk less, but we listen. But so we need to ask questions. Sometimes we need to ask question, and here maybe we can ask again, right? Can you explain to me? So I'm curious to know that, right? What is your position? And then maybe rephrase. When I learned coaching from International Coaching Federation, couple of coaching exercises, like as an one of the coaching experience I was very much blessed is called Conversational Intelligence. I'm a certified level 2 conversational intelligence coach. So when I say how we can make better conversation, so there are so many questions that you can ask to clients or your learners, so that you can communicate clearly. Is very important. I'm curious to know, can you explain to me? Is not only asking questions, also blinking with your eyes, eye contacts. Very important to ask, are you serious? Because I have one experience with one of the coach. That person was asking questions, and I would say my language is kind of a don't care attitude. Like it just doesn't, right care whatever I answer. I feel very insecure when I was, getting into that coach exercise, because we do like kind of peer coaching or anything. So I feel very insecure because the person was asking questions, or the way the person is behaving was very not like condescending words or something. So sometimes when you are coaching or when you are asking questions, it's very important that you communicate clearly, and you don't trust anyone who will be asking condescending questions, or maybe not having that, maybe having an attitude, right? Or maybe that, what do you call that, superiority complex kind of things. Okay, I know everything. One of the things that I learned as an educator, I learned over 20 years in the field of education. Um, we always talk a lot, like an educator, and everyone who's an educator will talk a lot. And I know the best examples. I read a lot of books, so you should listen. So that's kind of attitude that, okay, I know everything. And then the other one, when I was a consultant, I worked with a number of organizations, international organizations like World Bank, UNICEF, ILO, and everything. So when I was a consultant, I remember when I first time of the career in teaching, I said, oh, I have a lot of examples. I know best. This is the best thing I know. So this is an attitude that we are showing, that we know the best. The other thing is, I am a trainer. When I'm a trainer, I also have the thing, okay, I have the best technology, I have the best thing, and then I have that attitude. But right now, a couple of years back, when I start coaching, I humble, the humility, the humbleness, I learned so many things. It's not talking, or is not saying my excellence, is very important as co-creating the environment. That means the other person has the potential or that greatness that we should be aware of. We can learn a lot of things. And I'm grateful to Almighty that given that openness. I'll share one of the experience. Please don't take it otherwise. I was in situations where there is a riot. Riot means religious riot things. So I won't give an name of that thing in that subcontinent, Indian subcontinent. I was kind of in a riot situation. So my family was affected, but like 20 or 25 people were surrounded us. So I remember that moment, that how, right person can attitude. I was very calm. I was very young at that time, but I communicate with them very clearly. And I was not harmed. And I remember that how I was saved, or how I was blessed by those people. And I didn't have any negative attitude or anything. I communicate clearly in that particular situation. I have another examples where the dacoits of that being 100 people came into our community or houses, and they attacked our things, and one person was killed, and my dad was stabbed 29 times at that time. And I remember I was a very young. So at that moment, we was very scared and very and I remember that moment. I learned that from my grandmother, that let's stay calm and that thing. So I am very grateful for my grandmother, who taught me some life skills that I learned at the very young age. But I feel calm, and I know those people, those who attack me or attack our family, but I feel very calm and open. And then later, right, a couple of many years back, we had good communications and everything. So we should not judge others. We should not judge. One of the things, as I said, love. When you say love, I'm actually above everything. If even somebody hurt, even somebody killed or anything, I remember, because of the faith that I belong to, that when Jesus was crucified, he actually say forgive. So at the time, you can see that imagination of crucifixions, the pain and agony a person have, and he has that right, the power and to forgive the persons or the people, those who actually persecuting the person. There is another example in Bible. Is called, the name is Stephen. When he was the people were stoning him, I remember that person also have that calm and happiness, because he's not in this earth, he's in divine thing. So you see, when we have to be out of this. The love is the language that we can win anyone. It's not that the person can be read. When you say heaven or anything, I'm not giving any religious piece here, but things that we have to go beyond, things. So when we are communicating, is very important to communicate clearly. I remember, as I said, the experience when in the riot situation, I communicate clearly. There is one examples in my teaching career in my when I belong from Bangladesh. There are students that I taught in executive MBA program. I was teaching, and there was I remember there was cheating, and I got 12 students at that, right, people, and they were at 15, 20 years older than me, and I actually when they're caught, I just took them out right from the room. And I remember they were very angry and aggressive. And I was talking to them, and I just said very calm and quiet. And then we can help. I won't share that, part of the thing, but the experience is I clearly communicate with them. I explain the boundaries. I explain to them what happens and what not, and what benefits or what services I can provide to them, and what is the consequences if you do something which is not good, and what benefits you will get if I provide additional services to you. So when you explain those one, and I remember it was a positive experience. I had very good experience even with those very extreme situation and these things. So it is very important that you communicate the situation. And then the next one is, how well do you know the person? People always search. We always have the preoccupied ideas or things. Okay, my mom told me, or my family told me, okay, these people are good, or this person is not good, or this group of people is not good, this religion is not good. So how well do you know the person? We only to investigate, or we need to know. Sometimes we have preoccupied ideas, but also we have experiences that like led us to know, right, that person. So it is very important to research or know, to understand that how well we do know the person. It will help us. Now we need to communicate and research more, and then see in what way we can connect with this person, because connection here is important. When we make connections, we can communicate and we can build relationship and build trust. Because ultimate goal for us is building trust. When building trust, well, because I experienced in the last 2-3 years, when you're building trust, great things can happen. My experience here in business, making money, is I have a small consulting firm that is kind of a profit. The other thing that I do not profit, don't make money, I do for community. But one of the things that gives me money is my consulting firm for small businesses, cash cow. So I remember I started my business here in 2012. And then I provide services to small business owners, CEO, and executives, or small business owners. So when I provided the services, I remember after doing my coaching exercises, when I talk to them, ask questions, listen from them, and then know that person, and then go through this coaching, mindset, I see that I gain more clients, and I don't, right? For me, I don't do any social media. I don't do any advertising. I don't do any phone calls. I don't do door knocking or anything. My business comes from referrals. So I talk to them and I gain more clients. When I have my coaching mindset, ask them questions, listen, and things. It's very important. Making money sometimes also works with the referrals. When you listen to people and you know the person, is very important. That's my personal experience, and I'm benefited from that, mindset. Now, the next one is what is your or in relations to this person. So what is your is very important, because I said we are building trust. So we need to know about the person, and then we need to connect, as I said. So it is very important. The next one that I'd like to share with you is, does this person have your back? Very important. I remember when I was a kid, in certain situations, I remember we always trust our friends, like group of students or friends. If I'm in trouble, I always expected them to support me. But in certain situations or many cases that they're not supporting me. So supporting, when you are in extreme situations or when you need support, you need to get means you need to get that support from other person. So it is very important building trust. When you need to support each other, because support each other even though you have disagreement, but you need to support in a sense of you're giving the assurance that yes, I respect your opinion, but I support you, and I respect your opinion. So this is very important for anyone to understand. This process is very important. So building trust, as I said, is important. Now, there are a few other things that I would like to share. I won't take much time. I hope there is other speakers too. So there are a few things that I would like to share with you. It's called set positive in every conversation. Positivity, vibeness. I can see Dr. Alka, positive vibe. She has a lot of experience. Mindfulness exercises. I remember a couple of years back, I needed that exercise every single day. I have a gratitude journal, and I have that. I write in things, and I every day, morning, I do an exercise. The positive, the vibes. I said, okay, I have few, positive words, and I will always repeat and help me for my, that situation. When expectations aren't clear, people default to fear. How to successfully create alignment. This is very important. And enroll people around coaching. How do we feel about discussing this? So you always need to make a discussion with your clients or your learners or your friends and families. Very important. We helping each other. There are a few other things, but then I will end. Is this called SCONNECT? It's kind of abbreviation. I remember when I was a kid, I do all those words that I remember in exams. So S means stay in the present moment. Very important. Stay in the present moment. How it was hard for me when I was trying to, because when I said, I give you an all example as an educator, and everything I say, and I think they are lost. They're in a different land. They're dreaming. The students, if you see 30 students in front of you, you are talking, and you are not connecting. You see, everyone is in different worlds. So it's very funny, very interesting. Stay in the present moment, very important. The number C means create open body language, very important, open body language. O mean, observe non-verbal cues. And then N means notice that your gut tells you what is going on. Very important. And N means another N means nurture the conversation. And E means engage with eye contact. And C means convey warmth with your voice tone. Very important. Voice tone is important. In some cultures, some languages, voice is very important. If you speak louder or the certain, right conversation or very important, they might be, defensive or they, is not good, right? So you have to remember that how you communicate with the multicultural environment. Now the talk less, allowing the other people to talk more. Very important, talk less. I learned in last couple of years, talk less, listen, so that you things. I have a recent video production that I done with the government here. One of the projects is called multicultural thing. It's called women like a consent. It's called like the female consent for any like the pride word is for in sex education. The consent is important. So we did a video right video last 2 years back during, I think just before the COVID started. So we just put the production and it was trained, right here. So in a couple of countries from different parts of the world also participated. Let me share this story and then I will end. This is a sexual consent. For the reason that I came here, there was a flood. It's a great flood when I was 7 years old. So the one lady was in labor pain, and she was expecting a baby, but it was all flood. So we were all stranded in a like kind of a safe zone where every area is flooded. So we have to give in that every one of us given food and supplies at the same place, and we are staying there because there is a big flood. And I was 7 years old at the time. So it's in Bangladesh. So so that lady was in pain. Her husband came and then pushed her and then touched her inappropriately, and she was in pain. And just stop it. So the lady was. When I observed that one, and that I see the discomfort the person, and even though she is the legal wife and everything, but in those cultures, it is the husband, they feel that okay, they have all the rights. Then one lady I remember that came and intervened the situation and said, you can't do that. You can't touch inappropriately in front of others because you think that that person is your legal wife and you can do anything. Consent for touching or anything is very important. I learned that one in that particular moment. So I can see when the person intervened and the person was telling and explaining, how to, do appropriate behavior. I can see the comfort and the trust with that lady. And I was a very little at the time, as I said, 7 years old. I can see that, and I learned, and we make the video, and it was screened here in last 2 years back. So this is a very good experience. I learned that how to respect women, how to respect a mother, how to respect the female in this country. So this is very important. Respecting other, very important. Even though you disagree with them, respect them. So with that, I'm humbled and I'm honored and I'm thankful to Professor Dr. Queen Elizabeth and the rest of the team. I think Dr. Nelson and the Dr. Alka, and there are many others out there that I don't know. And Dr. TPS, I guess I saw him there. He's a mentor, and I follow him. So there are many other people that I'm learning from him. Thank you for everything, and I pray to Almighty for blessings for everyone. With that, thank you. Take care.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. The uniqueness of your teaching, Professor Edward Model, if you can still open your camera, please. The uniqueness of your teaching is you have used your personal experience to share this presentation today, which is really, really unique. And I personally have learned a lot from that. I mean, I've learned that we have to build trust. In all my training for business, because I've been in business for many years, and when I go for workshop and seminars, the key thing there that you have really emphasized here is building trust, building relationship. Because when people now want to trust you, you don't need to stress yourself to sell your product or to sell your services. And we need to continue to build our trust, build our relationship, understand people, willingness to learn. I always say something on my platform, and I think my mentor, Professor TPS, we also agree with. I mean, has already he listened to me when I say that thing, that to learn or to renew our mindset for transformation, to make a change, to influence others, to make an impact, has to start from individual. And it's about willingness to learn. Firstly, learn from yourself, from your mistakes, from your faults, and also learn from others. And also, if you really want to help others, we should be willingness to put ourselves in that shoe. How will you do that? Is by you trying to understand where they're coming from. Like I always say, fingers are not equal. We all go through different challenges, and we are not the same. We are unique, but not the same. And that is why I always encourage our leaders, especially the young leaders on this platform. Don't just chase a platform for you to speak. Be willing to learn from others. It's good that you are talented. I'm glad that Professor Edward have said it as well. You are gifted, you are talented, you know it, but you can't know it all. So if Professor TPS can sit down patiently on my platform as my mentor to learn from others, I think that's a great leader. That's a great mentor. You learn. The leaders keep learning. You don't put yourself in a situation of saying, I know it all. Where's the platform? Let me just speak and go. No, you can learn from there. That's what we call commitment to yourself. Committed to yourself. By building yourself is by learning, and learning every day. Willingness to learn more than speaking. Yes, we all have gifts. We all have the word, the message to the world. But the only way you can appreciate life and appreciate others is when you are willing to listen and learn from others. And I'm glad that Dr. Edward also emphasized on that. The more we want to help people, the more we are willing to listen to them. We need to listen and let them express themselves first. You can ask questions, but let them open up. And that is the only way you can know the right solution or the right answer to give them. So as a leader and as a transformational leader, let's cultivate that habit that we don't know it all. Transformation is process. Transformation is everyday development. So I just want to add that to what our leader has taught us today. I mean, you can agree with me. Since morning, we've been learning from professors, from my queen, from everybody, from leaders, from my own personal mentors. They are not cheap, you know. Bishop Nelson is a bishop. He has his ministry, he has his church, but he chose to be with us on this platform. Professor TPS, oh my God, if you go through his videos and profiles and what he's really doing in India, you will bow. You will respect him because he chose not only to come and teach us, but to also come and learn. And I think that is the attitude we all need to have. So for all my young leaders, when your aim is good, that you want to express yourself, you want to speak to the world, yes. If we can still learn, I'm still young because I don't want to, but if we are willing to learn and we are still learning from others, I don't see any reason why you also cannot be patiently stay in every conference you go, every seminars, every workshops. Go there and learn as well as speaking. You can see my TPS. You can see my professor showing how easy. Look at my book as well. I'm learning every day. And that is the only way to be transformed. That is the only way to renew your mindset. Y.Y.C.I is not creating another platform for show or for entertainment or for competition. No, we are here for transformation. So I want to encourage you all. We started with about 40 people. I understand the internet issue. I understand of any other issues that can come our way. But if you don't have challenges, stay there and learn. It's very important. That for me to round up as well, I want to appreciate the fact that we have 5 speakers today. But the last speaker, unfortunately, had a very, very urgent, what do I call it, bad news. Is on bereavement at the moment, which we understand. So he was not able to join us to teach us. But however, we are not giving up. Our next masterclass is in November, and he will be able to join us and teach us his own section. So at this moment, we are 1 o'clock now, because we have a big event coming up tomorrow. Only God knows how we're going to do it. It's our 2nd year anniversary. We are also combining it with our Transformational Leadership Conference. And also there will be a Global African Queen Award, a combination with Yes You Can. We don't give award every day. It's once in a year. And we only give it during our anniversary. So we're going to do that. And we're also going to be appointing our new leaders. So yes, tomorrow is going to be a great day. So I'm expecting all of us to be there. And that is why please forgive me if I don't call you to speak today. Hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to speak. And apart from that, to round up quickly so that we all go and rest and save our data or internet or electricity for tomorrow. Let me just round up by saying thank you so much to all our great leaders that have joined us today. Professor TPS Abausa, I respect you. Thank you, sir. Bishop Nelson, thank you, sir. Dr. Vigil, thank you. Professor Edward, thank you once again. Papa Afabio, I know you are driving, I don't know, but we appreciate joining us. If Papa can join us, then we can also join. Thank you so much, Ambassador Azigil. I also want to thank my sister, my elder sister, Evangelist Victoria Ijeoma. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Mrs. Roma. Thank you, Ambassador Nu. You've done great. Thank you so much. Great job today. And I hope you'll be able to join us tomorrow. I appreciate coming and tuning in and also moderating for us today. Thank you. I also want to thank Mrs. Robina. Dr. Aika, you're still here. I thought by now you've gone. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, Matron. I really appreciate your time, your love, and your support. I also want to say thank you to Ambassador Emmanuel Unwali. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Samu. Thank you for joining us, Angel. Thank you, sir. Adiogun Olukayode, I appreciate you. Ambassador Daniel Emmanuel, thank you. Yes, Ambassador Uwanko Elisha, thank you. Sister Tabitha, thank you. Sister Afwe Keinde Monyolua, thank you, ma'am. Thank you also for Simon Pavas. We appreciate you. What can I say about our queen? First Haitian American and Queen. Please join us tomorrow, ma'am. You will need to speak to us tomorrow because I don't really want to delay us much today. Please join us tomorrow. There is a surprise for you as well. We appreciate you all. If I don't, thank you, Mrs. Robina. Thank you, Mr. Kashitsia. Thank you. I don't know if I've done. The reason why I left my Honorable Ambassador Kumadi Prasanti from India, the reason why I left you to the last is because I really appreciate you. She's our observer and reporter. She's also our Y.Y.C.I prayer coordinator. Like I said, it's about transformation. We need prayer because we cannot do it alone by ourselves. So regularly we come together with others and we pray behind the scene. So thank you, ma'am. I appreciate you. I also want to thank also our second observer and reporter, Ambassador Adiogun. Thank you, sir, for your services. Leaders are servants, and I really appreciate them voluntarily serving. They call me, they want to serve, and I pray that God will bless them abundantly. So, without wasting much time, I believe I have mentioned, and if I have not mentioned your name, probably my glasses is not clear enough. I appreciate you all. So we are ending up this program, to this masterclass today for July, for September. The next time will be in November, because October is our free time to do other things behind the scene. So we won't be doing any event in October. But let us come back. Tomorrow is our great day. I'm not the only one celebrating. We are all celebrating the goodness. We are all celebrating, yes, we can. Yes, you can. And yes, we can. So we see you at 10 o'clock tomorrow. But before we go, we want our prayer coordinator to pray for us. Oh, sorry, I didn't mention your name. Oh, yes, you know. Yes, can you lead us in prayer quickly? And then we can.
Loving Heavenly Father, we thank you for all the love showered upon us. We commit every need of our life in your mighty hands. Lord, guide us to expand our Y.Y.C.I family. Thank you and praise you for all our patterns, matterns, and the member participation. Fill them with abundance. May everyone be free from sufferings. May there be love, respect, and better understanding among us. Lord, thank you for this day and thy wisdom through Y.Y.C.I Mindset and Transformation Masterclass. We lift you on high, giving you all the glory and praise. In Jesus' precious name, I pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much.
Amen.
Thank you so much. I want to say thank you. I understand that you are in the middle or the very early of your time in Canada. We appreciate you, Ambassador Dr. Edward Murdo. That's what we call sacrifice, commitment to our relationship, to our commitment and dedication. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much. I pray that God will give you the strength for the day. What can we say? I think I've finished. Is it possible for us to agree so that I can end this meeting?
Yes, you can.
Yes, thank you, sir. Dr.
Yes, you can.
TPS? Yes, I don't want to be rude by ending it. And while you are still on the platform. So please, you can release yourself so I can click the button. Thank you. Thank you. Please release yourself.
God
Thank
bless
you.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you
God bless.
tomorrow at 10 o'clock UK time. Thank you. Ambassador Noom. Mwah. Thank you so much.
Please, thank you very
Mommy
much.
Ijeoma. Mwah. I
Thank you,
love you. I
everyone.
miss you.
God bless everyone.
Daddy
Thank you.
Fabio. Bye-bye.
Thank you. I'm traveling on in the car and all that. So sorry.
I hope you are not driving.
No, my driver is driving, so I'm at the back.
Great. That's fine. Thank you,
Very
sir.
much.
Thank you, sir.
We shall see tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
bless you.
yes. Ambassador Chukuma Emmanuel, I'm seeing your face. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Be there on time. It's our celebration. Ambassador Adeogun Olukayode, I can see you reading that book. Probably you are preparing for tomorrow. Okay, my queen, tomorrow is our day. So I want to see your camera. I want to see your beautiful face tomorrow. So yes, we are together. Please allow me to click. I need to go. Or you give me
Yes,
permission
you
to
can.
end it? Can you give me
We are
permission?
Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay.
Yes, you can.
All right. So I can click it. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, Mrs. Robina Pastor. Thank you so much. Yes, our great youth, Roman. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like, Ambassador Angel, thank you. It looks like I have to break the rules now and end it all. Sorry, my elders. I've got to end this now. Thank you and God bless. Bye-bye.
God bless you too.
See you
God
tomorrow,
bless you.
10 o'clock UK time.
By His grace.
Thank you for joining us. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your love, your care, your support, your prayers. It's all matters to me. Thank you.